Hey there, everybody. Welcome back with the Purplatypus is the name, and today we are making a tier list for the Ravenswatch Early Access. Now, we can only play the first level, and so we don't know exactly how it's going to go. So is this too early? Probably, but guess what? Tier lists are fun. I like talking about video games, and I like ranking things based off my opinions, which are not opinions, are scientifically, mathematically proven facts. So we're going to jump right into it. Snow Queen. Snow Queen, I think, is a solid B tier. These might move around up and down. We'll see how the ranks are relative to each other. We probably don't even need all of these. We probably only need like 3 ranks, right? But whatever. Snow Queen is a solid B tier. She's she kind of, I don't like this, like she feels like a support. She feels like a character that's going to be better if you're playing in a group. This is all going to be, by the way, from the perspective of playing single player, as that's been primarily literally 100% of the game time I've played so far has been me by myself. I have friends. You don't have friends. Shut up. But Snow Queen felt better in a situation where you had teammates where you're chilling things, making it easier for your teammates to hit, or if you have teammates that are able to help you chill things. Then at nighttime, she has like, she loses damage, and in addition, sorry, she loses damage, but she gets like extra 6 seconds on her abilities, which does increase like slow and stuff. I don't know. It felt fine. It felt good. Because she's ranged, she could stay far away and do a pretty good job at surviving, but she just felt a little weak to me. Not insane, but still, or, you know, not like insanely weak or anything, but still just like, it felt like she would really shine in a group setting more so than solo. Piper, now I think he kind of falls into the same category as her. However, I actually think that he is S tier. And the reason, one, being able to apply vulnerable is good for you, but the rats are really powerful damage. I would say that his damage output might be the lowest of all the characters. Maybe not quite. It's kind of hard to say, but it's around the lowest of all the characters. But because he just has such good range, can attack so fast, and has good mobility and stuff, like, I just never feel like he ever struggles. Like, every time I've done it, it's been the easiest runs ever. And it's not because I'm overpowering stuff, but it's because it's so easy to stay out of range of everything and just kind of poke them. And then the abilities here, let's see, do I have the game pulled up? I do, but not properly. Really quick, I just want to take a look at his ability here. How do I do it? How do I do it? Someone teach me how to play the game. Being able to push people back, like this ability, yeah, it kind of sucks. But this ability is so good, being able to apply vulnerable, and one of the first upgrades makes it into a bomb, which is just insane. And his ultimate is actually really good for doing a lot of damage while avoiding taking damage itself. So he just kind of has like pretty decent survivability in the sense that he doesn't need to get close. The rats do insane amounts of damage, and you can kind of just have everything come together and be insane. It's a little harder for me to explain, like, because it's not about his damage. It's mostly that he's ranged, and melee's hard in this game, at least in some of the bosses and stuff I've done. Medusa here, which I don't think is her actual name. I think she's a solid A tier. What's her name? Remind me what her name is. It's Melusine right there. So I think this character is actually very, very interesting, and I think she's strong in like an easy A tier if she doesn't break your brain. If she breaks your brain, she goes down to like F tier. But like when she is attacking, she can't move. She summons a wisp that goes around and hits things, and it's so powerful. You do so much damage. You have good range, and you could very easily switch between these two forms, but it is still like a sentry form and a moving form that aren't interchangeable. So a lot of times when you're new to this character, I felt myself at least getting like mind flooded. I was like, oh, damn it, I didn't mean to move. Why can't I move? Run, I'm getting hit. That kind of stuff. But as you get way more comfortable being able to stop, hit some hits, move around, reposition, do some hits, her damage is really good. She's got great stagger. And a great ultimate, just like this insane nuke that makes you invincible to everything. And overall, she just kind of does everything incredibly well. She just has a little bit higher difficulty in terms of actually controlling her. All right, I think I'm also gonna put Miss Scarlet in the A tier. Now, here's the thing. I think Scarlet is B tier. I think Werewolf is A tier. Werewolf might be S tier, actually. Werewolf is insane. So I think Scarlet sits into the A tier because half the time she's an S tier character, half the time she's a B tier character. I mean, Scarlet's good, right? Her throwing her bombs is good. The ability to get guaranteed crits with her combo points is really good. You build up your combo points, you stealth, and then you do like, consume your combo points as an insane amount of damage. But you're kind of, when you're in Scarlet form, you're kind of just running around throwing bombs and pushing through things, kind of waiting for your cooldowns. Maybe you get some attacks, dodge out. Like, it's a very obviously rogue play style. But when you're in the werewolf, you become a fucking beast, like literally. But you gain like 50 armor with your shift, and every time you hit stuff, you heal. Your power goes from being like the combo point thing. It doesn't hit multiple targets, it hits one, but it hits it like a fucking truck. And then your grenade becomes a big leap. And if you build that into a bomb build, it actually becomes kind of insane. So just the werewolf is super crazy OP, I feel like. The animations are a little slow on it. Like, you could accidentally mistime things. If there's a big group of enemies, I have died in the werewolf form just because like I went into like doing a thing and they just kind of whap just at the wrong time. So you got to be a little careful with the timing. You're not unkillable, but you were way harder to kill, and you could heal yourself basically at a moment's notice. So I think Scarlet is an A tier. Lots of good options here. Beowulf here, I am sorry. He's going to be the only C tier character. You know what? This is F tier. There is no D tier. All right. And I think this character will become way better, in my opinion, the better I get at the game. He is very difficult to survive with. You have to really, like, if you have to be really good at the game for him to be good, I think that makes him not a good character for most people, at least at this stage of the game, right? Most people are probably gonna have a harder time beating the game with him than anyone else. His ultimate is like, okay. His attacks are all like, okay. Like, he does good damage, all right? I can't deny that. He does good damage, and he has an invulnerability shield that he could do, but a lot of characters can go invulnerable, right? Like, Aladdin can, this character can. I think that the mermaid lady can, right? There's a lot of characters that could do that kind of thing, so it's not, like, unique to him. But he's fine. His trait is really cool. He has the ability to apply burn to a lot of things with his handy-dandy dragon there. So he can do kind of a poke tactic, but the burn ignite does really not do that much damage. Even if you build into it, it did not feel like it was doing much damage. I just think he's kind of lacking right now. I don't think his damage is high enough to make up for his lack of mobility and survivability. And also, he kind of has a unique issue. I'm sure this issue is with other characters, but it felt particularly strong with him. When you upgrade your power and your special, like the one that you do the ground pound, you go, and it does like 2 more strikes or whatever. The animation gets twice as long. Like, you do a ground pound to hit things, and then he like pulls a sword up and it does a second thing. And I just found these increased animation times really fucked up my timing for dodges. Like, you had to have a way bigger window to safely use your skills than you had to before. So by upgrading his skills, I sometimes feel like I was making the game harder on myself. Yes, I did more damage, but I had to get way further away and look for bigger openings to actually use these skills, because like it just became, especially like the tentacles. You can go and start this animation of doing a smash down when you're fighting the boss, and the tentacle cannot be getting ready to attack. Look at you, get ready to attack, all while you're stuck in this animation, it felt like. So I think he just needs a little bit of animation speed up, a little bit or something, or just like a little more survivability, maybe more passive armor. Maybe some way he could heal himself. Maybe the dragon is more, I don't know. I just think he's definitely the worst by a long shot for me right now. Every character I've beaten the game with easily, it took me like 3 or 4 attempts to beat the game with him. Aladdin, S tier. I think Aladdin's the best character in the game, kind of by a long shot too. It might change as the game gets longer, but right now you start the run with 3 magical items, just straight up, and 150 shards. That's a power, like, you could probably, if you wanted the speed run, you could probably go Aladdin, get the 3 wishes, and then just beat the boss right then and there. That's probably enough power. 150 shards, 3 magical items, and no levels might just be powerful enough to instantly beat the game. You'd have to be really good. I don't think I could do it. I might try that. That would be fun. But I do think just starting with 3 magical items, and if you go through the whole thing, you're actually going to get 4 magical items, because he basically gets 150 shards for free and 3 magical items. And then your ultimate is the ability to wish for more wishes. So you could use 150 shards that you got from the initial one to get another magical item. So he just gets way more items than other characters at this stage of the game. And just like shards are powerful, items are powerful, right? These are ways to improve your strength. Plus, he is a fucking stagger god, man. This guy staggers like nobody's business. He's got great damage. He's got great stagger. He has got great evasion. And also because like he has less skills essentially, because his trait isn't really used outside of the initial part, and his ultimate is basically never used outside of like you're specifically using it to get this thing to do. You don't use it like in combat normally. He has like the least amount of skills, so he's like the easiest to master while also being insanely powerful, having intuitive skills, and also he's fucking badass. He's got a genie, and he used that fucking cool ring attack that is gah, just knocks someone out. Incredibly powerful character. I think easily the best. Anyway, that's 10 minutes, which means this video is done. Thank you for the YouTube ad revenue. I'm just messing with you. I think that's like a really old meme at this point. But yeah, there we go. Thank you very much. Reveal your sins for making this tier list on tierlistmaker.com. Let me know where you agree, disagree in the comments down below. And we're going to keep playing this game because I'm having a fucking wonderful time and I want to play way more. Anyway, see you guys in the next one. Peace.